Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Question. When you turn your television on, whether it's regular television or whether it's soap stations, and you see hundreds, perhaps thousands of immigrants at the borders crossing over wherever they can, whether it's water, a field, a desert, whatever it is, they're crossing and trying to make it to a safe place. You know, we can have compassion in our hearts and have compassion for people. And when we see these kinds of things happening, people running away from their own country, and it hurts us, and we want to be able to receive them, but after a while, things start looking a little strange. Attitudes start changing. And you start thinking about, is what we're doing the right thing to do, or should we consider something else? And I was thinking about that the other day because I'm looking at all these people, and I thought about a safe house. And I'm thinking, what is a safe house? A safe house, we usually think of it as a place that offers assistance to children who are frightened or who are injured, lost, victims, witnesses of a crime, or are involved in some emergency situations, or maybe a place where witnesses are protected, or a sanctuary by those who are seeking political asylum, or a place to hide people who are just hiding from the law. Well, a place where people run to for safety from abusive governments and systems. All of these things occur. And these, what we call safe houses or safe countries, is to be there to meet the needs of the people. But when the needs are amassed as they are today, it indicates that what we have been doing is nothing but a big, massive failure, and that new changes should be addressed. And the changes that we have made, which usually has to do with policing and stuff like this, we're never trying to eradicate the causes. We're just trying to feed the moment, because what we are really being blessed by, the troubles of today, they are the result of the systems in which we've used. See, every need is a challenge to be met. When we talk about the problems, the people that's running, that's hiding, every need is a challenge to be met. But it must be done nonetheless. However, when the safety efforts are overwhelmed, we must again remember that it is an indication that corrective action is required. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, an indication that corrective action is required. Today's crisis has to do with people displaced due to corruption. And that means all sorts of corruptions. To eliminate such problems that are created from such corruptions, the causes must be removed. Now, it is required that we as human race care about life of human beings everywhere. It is required. Now, this perhaps is not an understanding that's universal, but the fact of life demands that the human race is responsible for human beings everywhere, to protect people everywhere from abuse from every known source. We will reach an understanding eventually. We will reach an understanding eventually. For such is required for life, and it will happen. I just say now is better than later. Every society must utilize all of its people in correcting the problems in our society, in our government, in our nation, and likewise for all nations around the world. Every society must utilize all its people in its social operations. It must utilize, we must utilize, y'all must utilize all of your citizens, all of your people in its social operations. The people, my friends, are responsible for meeting the needs of the people. The people are responsible for meeting the needs of the people, all of them. And all of them are to be used in the process of providing and maintaining an abundant supply of goods and services to meet, what I say, to meet the entitlement of the people. New. Now, when I said entitlement, when all of the people are engaged in the product, then that makes all of the people responsible for the product. And that also makes all of the people entitled to whatever benefit comes from the product. If it's no more than just to say, this is great, then this is to say that all of the people are responsible for this which is great. Now we got food for everybody. All of the people are responsible for this. So all of the people are entitled to eat. Housing, all of the people are responsible for this. So all of the people got housing. Education, all of the people are responsible for it. Healthcare, all of the people are responsible for it. So all of the people got the benefit thereof. The difference there is that each person that is involved in this process is guaranteed or have the opportunity to choose. The engagement that they choose represents their greatest joy. It gives them their greatest joy to know who they are, to know why they are, and to be about who they are and doing what they are here to do. And everything else is just cream on the top. But, you know, until the human race reflects such an outcome, what the human race reflects is failure. You see, everyone wants heaven. Every individual on earth wants heaven. The problem is that some want to be boss or God. And they're willing to commit every act of evil. See, they don't know the path. They don't know the facts. So they're ready and willing to commit every evil to achieve their ends. And having done such, they have created hell. And the people are in the middle of hell. Until what I've just gotten through talking about is done. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is nice and wonderful to try to see those people coming from the borders because of running from abuse. But there are only so many can be housed. I mean, after a while, the house starts busting loose. And then the problem spreads out of the house all over the community. The problems from all over the world are right here. So we haven't done anything but brought all the cancers to a particular location where they can just spread out over the body. So what we do is address life as it has been described here. You can find no better way than this. And if you can, then do it, because what we are doing has failed. Thank you very much.